If you've already tried changing your food and nothing moves the needle, that's actually a clue. It points to digestion because it's not just what you eat, it's what your body can actually break down, absorb, and identify correctly that matters. So today I want to pull back the curtain on what happens after you swallow your food, because that's where so many women get stuck without even realizing it. Many women change what they eat in an attempt to feel better, but few people truly understand how their digestion handles what they eat. Digestion is going to decide whether your food becomes energy and nutrients or whether that food becomes inflammation. Let's talk for a minute about how digestion actually works and where it breaks down. To begin preparing for digestion, it actually starts even before we put food in our mouth. When we smell and see the food, we get saliva production and our enzymes in our body start to activate. If we're too stressed out to actually sit down and smell and enjoy the sight of our food, we can stymie that process. This is going to set up the entire digestive system for success or for struggle. Next, we sit down and we eat our food. The goal of chewing is to break down the food until it is almost liquid. This is where mechanical and chemical breakdown starts. But most people chew their food far too little. They chew it only 3 to 5 times instead of close to liquid. And that means that, again, we're compromising our digestion. Once we swallow the food, it ends up in our stomach, which I like to pretend or think of as a washing machine. Our stomach is going to churn our food around, mixing it with the digestive enzymes and the hydrochloric acid that should be present in the stomach. That acid needs to be strong enough to break down the food, the proteins, the carbohydrates, the fats. Our enzymes need to be activated in order to help break down those proteins, carbs, and fats as well. Our food plus our enzymes plus our hydrochloric acid are going to turn into chyme, or they're going to be labeled as chyme once they leave the stomach and pass into the small intestine, which only happens when the stomach decides that it's ready. And so a problem a lot of people have at this phase is they snack all day long. So their stomach has worked really hard on their meal, but you dump in a snack right before it's ready to shove out that food into the small intestine, and that food has had barely any time to be digested. In the small intestine is actually where we start to see food sensitivity show up. This is the first opportunity for real dysfunction in the digestive process. If your stomach acid was low, your proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are going to arrive too big for processing. If your enzymes were weak, your fats and carbohydrates and your proteins are not going to be fully broken down into their component parts, which is amino acids, fatty acids, and different forms of sugar for absorption. Instead, your immune system is going to see these particles, these large particles, as invaders. When the foods aren't fully broken down earlier in the process and the immune system flags them as invaders, your body is going to produce antigens. The more partially digested food particles, the higher the antigen production. The higher the antigen production and the longer that it is sustained, the higher the antigen load in the body. Think of antigen load as the weight on the immune system that your body is trying to carry. I like to use an analogy of water. Okay, a pebble might indicate a mild antigen load, and when you throw a pebble into a body of water, you get small ripples, and so you don't have a lot of symptoms from a mild antigen load. But when you throw a boulder in, like a high antigen load, you start getting waves, and the higher those waves, the more symptoms you have. When you have a tsunami, you have a chronic high load of antigens, and that's going to produce big symptoms. Things like chronic fatigue, chronic headaches or migraines, restless legs that wake you or keep you awake every night, digestive issues that are going to affect the quality of your life, and more. We increase our antigen load in 2 specific ways. How often we eat the specific food, daily, multiple times a day, weekly, and then how much of that food we eat when we eat it. Do we have just a little taste or do we have a whole bunch of it? The real reason that food can make you miserable, even healthy foods, without you ever knowing why, is because your immune system sees those foods as invaders and is producing antigens. If your stomach and your enzymes are not breaking down that food properly, then your immune system is reacting. And the trouble with digestion and antigens may be the reason that food changes you've made in the past didn't actually make a difference. You've eliminated other people's trigger foods, other people's large particles, but not those that are bothering your body. In my Eat Right for Your Body program, I will help you uncover where in this process your body is struggling. We use MRT testing in order to determine which foods your immune system is reacting to right now and which foods might be producing antigens. We use metabolic typing testing in order to identify which fuels your body efficiently turns into energy. Weeks 1 and 2 of the program are intended to support your digestion and prepare you for success. Week 3 is the beginning of what we call the green phase, where we are intentionally lowering the antigen load in your body. We're trying to clean house. We're going to work with your digestion, your individual fuel mix, and your individual antigen load in order to develop your personalized strategy for healing. So I hope to have you join me for my Eat Right for Your Body program. Remember that it is personalized, it is data-driven, and this is not another diet. You're going to learn exactly what your body is reacting to and how what you eat helps produce proper energy, stable digestion, better sleep, fewer symptoms. Please join me at angelwinghealth.com/eat right to learn more about the Eat Right for Your Body program. I'll put the link below as well. Have a great day.